Words that I made up. You say my name like words that I made up.
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Sipping on No Common Sense. This is your girl Tiff, the creator and host. I hope everybody's having a great week. I thank God the weather has cooled down, okay, because I melted to death. Because Saturday was terrible.
We melted a little bit.
So how you guys doing?
I'm doing good. How
Good. You good? I like your hair color though. That's dope. Both sides. I got two beautiful people here sitting with me tonight. LaDena, I got that correct.
Yes.
And Shottaa. Okay, I got two different worlds at this table. They're mother and son, which is dope. So we're gonna get introduce the mother first, because you know we gotta do it properly on the show. Yes. So introduce yourself to the people that may not know you.
Sure. My name is LaDena Chisholm, aka Coach L. I am a certified personal spiritual process coach. So I'm that chick that will actually take the time to go on your process with you and help you to, kind of figure out which way you want to go and guide you along the way. I didn't have anybody that would do this for me, so I felt like this would be the best thing for me to do for other people. Just kind of, let people know that you're not alone. When you go through your process, you'll have somebody there to guide you along.
Right. That's dope. Okay, son. No, I'm not sunning you. I know I talk, okay? I'm not sunning you, okay? No, go ahead. Introduce yourself and people that may not know you.
My real name is Shottaa Mbk. I go by the name MBK Shottaa. MBK stands for My Brother's Keeper Entertainment. I started that when I was like 15. I got an LLC for it when I was 15. I've been working hard, consistently, ever since. It's working.
I see it is. You got a superstar in you, so I see that. Man. How you carry yourself, so that's good. Before we get into the music on your part, let me talk to your mom for a little bit. All right. So why life coach? Why get into that?
Well, for me, I work for Jesus LLC.
Okay.
That's my employer.
Okay.
He guides me. He tells me what to do. When he tells me to do something, I just learn how to be obedient to what God is telling me to do. And I lost my job. I was laid off. So when I got laid off, first thing, the Lord told me, go back to school. My question was, I know you're not talking about college because I don't want to go back to that school.
Yeah.
Then, with the relationship that I had, cosmetology was the thing. So,
I can see it.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I would thank you. I went to cosmetology school as a high schooler. Okay. But I didn't finish because I got pregnant. And my parents kind of well, not necessarily my parents, but society says when you want to be a cosmetologist, they don't give you certain benefits. So it was like, you're about to have a baby, you need health insurance, you're not gonna have no health insurance.
Right.
So that kind of scared me. And then I went into the world of corporate. So I worked for customer service jobs, for up until maybe like 3 years ago. So when I did the whole thing with the cosmetology, I was 500 hours away from getting my license. But in the midst of that, I had some time to sit down because I had a surgery. So Holy Spirit was like, go get your life coach license. So
can you explain what life coach is?
I can. Yes. For those that don't know, a life coach is not a psychologist. It is a coach that just drives your life. For me, I don't necessarily call myself a life coach. I call myself a spiritual life coach. Because once again, I work for Jesus LLC. So I go to him to get anything that I need to help guide my clients. So a spiritual life coach is somebody that uses the word of God and uses spirituality to help guide their clients along.
That's very different, because I never hear like life coaches talking about spirituality towards life coach. A life coach is just trying to get you to that certain point of success in your career, moreover. But let's go to you. I'm gonna do a little back and forth.
Okay.
So the artist thing. Why music? Why did you choose music? What inspired you to be a rap artist?
It's too easy. I know I got it. It's that easy. Like I can make a song in 5-10 minutes. No problem. I could freestyle a song. it's like a passion.
Okay.
You know, you start doing something at a young age, you get hooked with it,
Yeah.
you fall in love with it, and then you actually continue that on while you go older. Like me, I did the sport, but I already knew like I don't want to play sport.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want
Yeah.
to do music. I knew at a young age, like 13, I wanted to do music for flair. So I didn't stop after I started. Once I started, I was like real determined.
That's dope. Did your mom put you on music?
No.
Who played the first song for you?
Really.
Your dad?
My big brother.
Oh, okay.
My big brother, Tyree, my big cousin, they were
Okay.
really young.
They rap as well?
Yeah,
No.
they did.
Okay.
We had a little camp, a summer camp, and my aunt and grandma and they used to like be head of it and stuff. And they'd like have us sing a song like before camp started. I fell in love with that song. And that like made me know, like, it made me like get my first beat. Like I heard my first beat, that was my first beat, my first like real rhythm. Like that was it.
That's dope. That's real dope. So why is life coaching important to you?
Well, I believe that it's important because, you know, a lot of people that go through things, sometimes they feel like they're so alone.
Yeah.
Or they don't realize that there's other people out here that's going through the same thing that they're going through.
Yeah.
So for me, once again, I am a little different
Yeah.
than, you know, a normal life coach. A lot of times life coaches won't be transparent about their life. So when I had my own personal life coach, I would just go and just sit and I would just talk. She would give me homework and then I would go about my business, right? So just having my own life coach, I wanted to tailor what I was doing for my clients a little more deeper. I wanted to be transparent with them. I wanted to be able to tell them some of my story that would allow them to understand that, you know, just because I'm a life coach don't mean I got it together, don't mean that everything is perfect.
Yeah.
I still go through storms. I still have times where, you know, things happen. So I just want to be transparent with them to let them know that they're not alone.
Yeah.
So that's why life coaching is important to me. Just because I don't want anybody to have to go through the process by themselves. This journey, this walk that you take when you surrender everything to God, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's not something that you can just do and do it correctly and not make mistakes and not have trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
So when I went through my process, I was kind of alone and I used the Holy Spirit to guide me. But I always felt like it would have been a lot better if I had somebody to kind of guide me through my process, which I do because I do have a spiritual circle. And you know, when I need a spiritual advice or just, you know, need to talk or vent or whatever, I have certain people in my circle that I can call.
Right.
But you know, like I said too, just having somebody go through the process with you is a totally different experience.
Are you a life coach for him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He called me. He called me. Sharif's dad from Minister Society.
Oh, okay.
You always kicking knowledge. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I give it to you so you ain't got to worry about not getting it.
Yeah. Okay. Does that work for you? Her advice? While you're going through your career and stuff like that?
It helps a lot. You probably don't be wanting to hear it right now. It's the truth though.
Yeah.
You're going to have to suck it up. I'm going to tell you what's
Yeah.
the truth.
Are you careful what type of sorry, I'm getting tugged out. Are you cautious of what you say in your music?
No.
No.
I
say
don't limit him.
Yeah, okay.
He has no limits whatsoever. And there's a reason behind that. I don't put no limits on him because I'm not gonna hijack his process.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that he sees fit that he wants to do, I'm not gonna stop that because I was put in a box when I was younger.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put my son in a box. He wants to do music. That's an art.
Yeah.
So instead of me saying don't do this, don't do that, don't say this, don't say that, I would be stopping him from performing art.
Because that's the thing, like, if my mom was to tell me, like, I don't want you talking about this, I don't want you to say this cuss word, I don't want you to say this cuss word. It's like putting a handcuff on my music. Like, it's not going, like, I'm not going to write the stuff that I really feel because it's like I'm trying to please somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I'm trying to do what they expect me to do with my music. I can't. There's no wrong way to do your stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Me, I don't care.
You young.
And he taught me that when he was 13, because I did. I said, why don't you do gospel rap? And he was like, no.
Yeah.
Immediately. There was no conversation, no. And I was like, okay.
That joint like,
You know?
that's just not my lane.
Yeah.
Like, that joint would have been weird if I would have did gospel rap. Like, I wasn't really,
You support gospel rap? I mean, should it be in league? Okay.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would make a song like that. I can make a song like that.
I mean, rappers used to do it. Be on the end of the eye.
But it's just like if that comes, it's gonna be because I wanted it to, like, because I wanted to do it at the moment. That's the only way I want to drop that shit. I'll do a country song. That's on bug.
I feel that from you. So how do you get eligible to become a life coach?
It's a certification, so a lot of people may know Tony Gaskins.
Okay.
He's also a certified life coach, and he has his own life coach university. So I was blessed because at the time the class was like $1,200.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he actually gives scholarships, and he'll let you choose whatever amount you can pay.
Okay.
So I chose the lowest amount that they had available, which was about $500.
Oh, okay.
I paid for my certification. I went through the class with him. He still, kind of gives us guidance, and if he wants to allow us to kind of get our business up, he'll help us that way. So he's really good with that, and that's how I got my life coaching certification. Okay. And not only that, I'm in the process of building my own academy. Okay. So he's actually so generous that he told me that he will allow me to use his curriculum. Oh, so I'm like, man, like that was a blessing. I'm like, that's favor. So yeah.
Should people get a life coach or a therapist? Or is there a difference between them?
There is definitely a difference. A therapist is somebody that's going to be able to prescribe you medication. And once again, a life coach, a spiritual life coach for me, we go through the Word of God. I use the principles of the Word to help people understand. Like, say for instance, if I have somebody that has low self-esteem, some of the questions that I want to ask them, I want to ask them to look up scriptures where God tells us about us.
Right.
So, for me, it'll be, he says that I'm blessed and highly favored. He says that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, so I want them to pull from the Word of God. What do you believe God says about you? So when you know what God says about you, and when you get that in your shundo,
right?
You know what I'm saying? When you get that in your shundo, then it's like can't nobody tell you nothing. This is what God says about me, so you can't tell me nothing different than what He tells me. So that's how I do that.
Okay. Is there a certification to be a rapper? I'm just I want to get a rap career, okay? Tell it. Because nobody ever asked that.
There's a lot of things that come with this.
Being an artist.
No, people think you just gonna look, hey, you ain't finna just go in the studio and just pop off. Like, it's over with. Like, that's not happening. This is how it's going, okay? The rappers that are blowing up now, today, they've been working for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, they've been working for a long time. You don't see it because you're not like a close friend or you wasn't a part of that process. Yeah. But they've been working for a minute. Yeah. And it seemed like they just popped up out of nowhere because they own now. Like, you looking at them. Yeah. They own now. So it's like you gotta maneuver like me, period. Like, I'm gonna try to like make sure my style is so original that it can't be compared to nobody else. Like, I don't want to be compared to nobody else.
Is that hard for you? I mean, to be original? No. Because there's so much access to music. Like, you can get music on your phone. Easily, like. I'm
already so unique. It's like, I got no choice. I got red and black hair. Yeah.
That's dope.
With a diamond in my face. It's different. It's just, a lot of stuff I just do for me. I literally do it for me because I want to do it. Like, all my brothers, they ask me, like, why I get this? I got down my black. It's because I want to. Like, and it look good. Female.
Yeah, That's another thing, though.
They gonna ask questions. They gonna be like, what's that? Did that hurt?
So you a whole conversation.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's like a key to talk to me. Like,
yeah.
They gonna ask something, and
oh my God. So where did you get the name Shottaa from? Where did that originally come from?
It's a movie, Shottaa.
Yeah.
That's my favorite movie.
Okay.
I used to talk about first word.
Right. Oh, you just know in cussing. Okay.
Not really.
No.
I done raw, but
yeah.
That's why though I used to like speak it. That patois stuff. They used to call me Shottaa. They like,
okay.
I like that you shot. They asked me, they're like, what's your favorite movie? And I told them Shottaa. They like, yeah, that's your movie. Okay, cool.
That's cool.
Stuff like that. I was like 12 when they gave me that name.
Yeah, I remember that movie. That movie's pretty good. They don't give it a lot of support.
But then it made me feel like I was like,
yeah.
I thought I was tough.
Your mama showed you this. No. No, I was playing. But who do you watch musically? Like, your favorite artist? Like,
I got artists right now. He's so hard.
Yeah.
Nobody know about it for real. He coming up though. His name Rallo Rodriguez. My favorite rapper right now.
Okay. Oh, look at you. Let's go back to mom. Let's see what she doing over here. So, the life coach thing. What was the hardest thing for you to like deal with being a life coach? Because I know that has to come with some headaches. I mean, dealing with people, being over someone.
Yeah, the hardest thing initially was when I first got my certification. You know, I had kind of put everything in place. So I had my logo made. You know, I had the name, everything was situated, but I didn't have no clients. And the way that it works is, for me, I go to God in everything. I go to Him for a prayer first to find out, which way He gonna send me. And it was very clear that He was saying, you gotta coach your family. Yeah. Coach your family before you can coach other people.
That makes sense.
So it became a thing where I had to kind of like switch gears. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times you are like, that you need to tell somebody something, or that you can help them overcome something, but it's your family. Right. So it's like, I don't want to go tell my auntie that I gotta get a life together. Right. So it's like, I just kind of let it happen organically. Like, when I was living in Atlanta, I just moved here from Atlanta.
Okay. ATL?
Yeah. So we were originally from Waukegan. Okay. We moved to Atlanta about 10 years ago. Oh, okay. So when we had to move here. Okay. When I moved back home, there was some financial struggles and some things going on. So we moved back home, and it just started happening organically, where I would be around my family and just kind of pour into them a little bit. And I felt like that worked, because I didn't want to just go to anybody and be like, let me talk to you or whatever. So the hardest thing is just really, that I didn't have clients, but I had to do this for free first. Right. Because it does. It takes a lot out of you. You really taking on a lot of people's, energy and just everything that they go through. Like, I take that in, and I have to learn how to release it. So I can talk to a client and really go through with them, but I have to go home and release it, because if I don't release it, it's on me. Right. So the emotions that come with coaching somebody that is going through, it's hard. Yeah. So that's the hardest thing.
But how do you coach yourself? I mean, going through helping other people, how do you release yourself?
Releasing myself basically is just just praying, asking God to, release whatever it is that I'm feeling. Also, like I said, I have a lot of friends that I can count on, that I can call, and, just try to vent and, kind of piece things together for myself. So that's how I kind of release, just using my circle. Okay.
So I saw that, were you on that Legacy episode
on Teen Success.
So how was that? How was that experience? I didn't catch I think it's coming out tonight, correct?
Yes,
it's
coming
out. Oh, yes, sir.
It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
You can catch it on YouTube.
Okay.
Shout
out to them.
Yes, shout out to Legacy. I'm actually the supervisor over Teen Success for Legacy as well.
Okay.
So I met with George and Regina. We kind of just talked about, they let me share my story. I shared my whole life with them, and they was like, wow, we just kind of partnered together.
Yeah.
And they brought me on just to kind of, help facilitate what Teen Success was doing.
Right.
So it was dope for us to have a platform like that, where we could talk about how we can engage the youth. Because again, I'm a student success coach at Youth Build, so I deal with the youth all the time, and it's like, how do we get the youth to come where we need them? Like, how do we get them to come to us and be able to pour into them? A lot of them don't feel comfortable. They don't trust. They can sense when you're fake. They can sense when you really don't care. So you really got to be vulnerable, trustworthy, and you got to keep it real with our young adults. You got to be transparent. I'm extremely transparent with my kids. They know everything. They know everything I've been through. I've been through domestic violence. I've been through a rocky marriage. I'm a single mother at one point, so they know everything that I go through. I don't hide anything from them.
Right.
My parents were very sheltering, so they sheltered me from a lot of stuff, and I just felt like I needed to be in the know. Because my whole life changed when they separated. So if I would have known that, I wouldn't have felt so like, what just happened? So I just chose to raise my kids a little bit different and be very transparent with them. We've been through a lot. They've seen me go through a lot. So, I put something on Facebook the other day, and I was just saying it's important for us as parents to be able to apologize to our kids when we make a mistake. Because as parents, we don't get a manual. Nobody tells us what to do. And I was a mother at 17. So I was a kid. So I made a lot of mistakes raising my children, but I had to come to the realization and say, you know what, I'm sorry that I took y'all through this. But now that I'm better and I've healed, now I can be better for y'all. So now I use the opportunity to pour into my kids all the time. All the time. They might not do the right thing all the time. My kids ain't saints, but I pour into them. So whenever they need it, whenever they, come into themselves, that pouring into them is a seed that I sow. It's going to mature. So I just leave it at that.
So look at that. Respect the boy, dog. So, how have you grown? Because you say you're doing music since you were 13. Have you grown since 13 to your age now?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Been a lot of growing, a lot of things a lot of mistakes that have been made that I had to bounce back from, like, dang, so I know that's one mistake that I don't need to do no more. So there's been a lot of trials and tribulations throughout the process. And I'm not even there yet.
Of course, you're still young.
I'm still not there yet. So there's a lot of work that got to be put in, but I'm not tripping. Because I know, like, it's gonna be that time. It's gonna be that time that come that I got it. It's my turn to step to the plate now. I'm swinging the bat now. So I'm just waiting on my process.
So what made you want to start a label? What made you want to get into entering?
I didn't want. I knew.
I
didn't want to be.
Cause that's dope. I mean, a lot of kids don't that young.
I was adamant about that. I used to tell my stepdad I don't want to sign a deal, bro. Like, period. I was like, if we gonna sign anything, it's gonna be a venture deal, a distribution deal, something that's gonna help us push our music. Other than that, we're not signing a deal, bro. We got our own.
That's dope.
Like Young Dog, Gucci Mane, White Fan Lucci. Like Quality Control, like all of the big independent labels, I want to be like them because they getting all the money.
Of course.
I don't want to be the one getting hung by my foot by a record label telling me when I can drop my music and when I can't. And like, no, it's not.
Do you like the state of where music is heading? Like people are venturing off to their home now. They don't really much the label anymore.
Yeah, I like it because it's like now, it's like there's a lot of more freedom. Like, there's a lot more independent artists. Like, it's a lot of artists that still sign deals that is getting hung by their foot. They still do get to like when they could drop their music and stuff like that. But a lot of people, like a lot of the artists that's coming out now, they're independent. So they really do whatever they want. They make all their show money, all of their royalties come to them, all of their like iTunes money, all of that is coming to them. So I'd rather do that. I like how it's becoming now because it seems like a lot of everybody in the world want to be their own entrepreneur now.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That's dope.
I like the America stuff.
Did you instill that in him? The push him to
say
be.
no?
Don't get hit out the show.
That's fine.
No.
I mean, I believe that we have in our family we have a spirit of entrepreneurship. So I don't think I ever had to tell any of my boys to do it on their own.
Right.
They just had that go get, that hustle mentality, that grind, that they wanted things for themselves. Yeah. Now when I knew that he was serious about music, because I mean he did this on his own. He went to the studio for the first time on his own and came back and was like, yeah, Mom, I went to the studio. I'm like, what studio he was at?
Right.
But I knew that he was serious because he didn't wait on me. Tarion used to wait on me to kind of do things for him, but he did not wait on me. He went. And so when I figured that he was serious, my husband and I, we started talking about him in the music. And he already had the name for the label, so I'm like, okay, well, let's get this work. Let's get the paperwork going. Yeah. And we got the paperwork, and he had his own LLC. So
that's dope.
Him and my husband.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I mean, I believe in leaving a legacy for
your children. Yeah.
So that's how it goes. Yeah. Children's. Right. So with him wanting his own label and wanting to have his independence, I applaud that because at this point, that's where I want to see my family go. Right. I want to see my entire family go that direction where we can leave a legacy because working in corporate America all those years, I didn't get anything for me or my family. I'm helping their family. Right. So it's time out now. We starting to wake up.
As far as black people, I love that. Yeah. We're waking up little by little each day, but we working towards something. So I love that.
Yeah. I love that. I don't want to work for nobody.
I don't get it back right now for a minute.
I just got too much to like. I got too much to do. Like, bro, I can't be listening to you. You're not even paying me that much. I can get rich right now. I just be your boss. Instead of you being my boss, paying me $10 an hour. And then again, like the people in my life, the older people in my life, they like stuck in their ways. Like society taught them, you go to school, you go to college, you're going to graduate college, you're going to get a good job. I ain't never seen, me personally, I ain't never seen nobody get a rich off a corporate America job.
Well, there's people who agree. I agree with it. You haven't seen it.
I ain't experienced that.
You haven't seen
it.
So, therefore, hey, I don't want to do it.
I mean, that's not the main avenue. So I get what you're saying. It's not the main avenue anymore. Like, people can go and venture off and do a thing.
You don't gotta be stuck to what the statistics say. Do that. That's true. That's what I don't like. I ain't never been a follower. So anything I want to do, I'm gonna do it.
That's what's up. What's the best advice your mother gave you while you're going through this process, achieving your music goals right now?
She always tell me to be humble. I know. I lost touch with being humble.
But most rappers ain't humble though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's cool though.
When I started off, I was the most humble kid. When I started off, I was just hungry. I wanted it bad. And then I started getting more experience with the music. Started doing more, started singing more, and then I felt like I knew it all. That's when I was like 16, 17. I'm thinking this.
Know it all age. I know I was
there. I pulled myself back. Right back to that humble stage. Like, I'm glad that I caught myself too. It got bad. It way bad. I could have been not listening to nobody. But even when I wasn't, like, when I was 16 and I was stating my opinion, I was listening. But then you feel me? I want to voice my opinion too. A lot of people they feel like, once they write, so they don't want to feel like they don't want to get your opinion. That's true. That's why I just do it.
Do you have a radio show coming up?
Yes, I do.
Hey, that's coming real soon. WRLR 98.3 radio show. So, how did that come about? Because that's different. Like a life coach on the radio.
Well, right. When I was in Atlanta, I did have a blog called Hips and Lips.
Okay.
A lot of people thought that it was like a
Sexual thing.
connotation, but no. It was actually just three young ladies. You know, we used to have these discussions all the time. So we was like, you know, we should do a blog. We should talk about this. Like, we should, you know, talk to other women about this. But we ended up starting our blog. And when we started the blog, we always talked about doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, okay, we never got around to the podcast. So when I moved home, one of my girlfriends was like, you know, I know a connection at a radio station, like it's a real radio station. And at the time I was like looking up, you know, trying to see if I could find equipment and stuff like that to start a podcast. And she told me about the radio station, and I ended up doing the application and everything. It took a while for the application to come, so I was like, maybe God don't want me to do this. Maybe this ain't gonna work. But then, you know, I got the approval, and once I got the approval, I did auditions to have 2 co-hosts. So I do have 2 co-hosts that are going to be on the show with me.
That's dope. That's dope.
So
Buy me on there, okay?
It's radical radio. So we definitely want you to come out and hang with us. We're going to cut up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to cut up a little bit.
So what is the show based on? Like, for people that, you know.
It's called Radical Radio. For me, I want to touch on topics that the church doesn't touch. I want to touch on topics that society doesn't really touch.
Right.
So I like to take those taboo topics, and I want to talk about those. I want to talk about everything that people are afraid to talk about. You know, and I have a male perspective. I have my other co-host. She is really no holds raw, so she gonna give it to you in the raw. You know, and she gonna give it to you in the raw. And then you have myself. You know, I'm gonna try to keep my chill, but still be my old radical self. But you know, I just like having dialogue. I like having conversation because I feel like we don't have to agree, but we can agree to disagree, and we can still have a conversation about it. And if you have a conversation about these things, like for instance, you know, the gay community, people have a lot of questions. They scared to ask them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to ask. I can be honest. So books, okay? Books. I'm telling you, because I love everybody, but you know, some people just want to ask those questions. Those questions like burn them to ask, but they're afraid. So you guys have a voice too, and I want to hear what y'all got to say. I want to hear what it's all about and what you're thinking, and you know how people treat you is an issue. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to be able to talk about it.
That's why I think I like this show so much, because like all we do at home, we have like real conversations about just
different stuff,
regular stuff, like weird stuff. Like
that's cool.
Different topics, all types of different topics, a whole bunch of them, and like they be funny.
I bet. We got
we really sit back after the conversation. We really sit back like, bro, that was just recorded, but you know, we were like that. We funny. Like, like we the funniest people I know.
That's dope. That's dope.
They always keep it like it's gonna be a real conversation, something that interests you. Like like you want kids to get involved, like teenagers my age, like bring up a conversation that's like gonna spark their attention, like because once they hear you talking about something that when you get their interest, they gonna tune in. Now they want to listen to a grown person. Now they can get advice from a grown person, from an older person that's been through the same thing they already or that probably going through at the moment. So like it's like I listen to like the older guys, like like older guys that be around me, and to that they just be talking to me. I just be soaking a whole bunch of information. Like people don't know. You wouldn't know I'm soaking up a whole bunch of information because I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna be sitting there.
You just talk about it.
That's just
right. I edited it out. That's fine.
I know now.
That's smart though, because you know that my friends we're just not the same age, but I always try to hang with people that was older than me. You know, because I think you get your education than people that's older than you, because they've been through it.
That's that wisdom.
If you ever, like me, when I was younger, I wasn't hanging around no 11-year-old kid. Like when I was 11, I wasn't hanging around 11-year-old kid. I was hanging around 14, 15, 16-year-old kid.
Look at you.
When I was like 13, I was around 17, 18, 19 years old. Like, it was like that. Like,
your mom will talk to you after the show. No, that's funny.
Listen, I'm one of them moms that I know pretty much. I know everything. No,
Yeah.
I know everything about them. You know, and Tyrell is the type. He'll give me some time.
Yeah.
You know, he'll kind of spring some on me when he, he know that I can handle it. But for the most part, like I said, I'm very transparent with my kids.
Yeah.
Very open with them. We pretty much can talk about anything.
Yeah.
They're at that
That's
point
great.
now where they're 18, 20, and 22. So they kind of want me to be out of their business.
Yeah.
And I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, checks come to me.
Yeah.
Now.
Right.
So we're good.
We're right.
Yeah. We're good.
How is it you having all boys? How was that? Was that challenging for you?
You know what? Having all boys has not been a big challenge. Having boys. The challenge was when my boys got to a certain age, they turned up on me.
Yeah.
They was grown, quick.
Yeah.
They was like, I don't want to listen. Don't tell me nothing. I went through a pretty rough time when my kids was in high school. When my oldest two boys was in high school.
Okay.
They really.
You the baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, so am I.
And they gave me the blues. They gave me the flux. I mean, whew. Thank you, Lord, I made it through.
Yeah.
But it was kind of rough having boys because they didn't have their father in their life. They did have a stepfather, so that was a step in. So boys don't really take well to a new person coming in.
Yeah,
You around my mama and all that. And I'm not the type to bring a lot of people around my kids.
Oh,
you have
of course.
to literally. I have to know that we gonna be together before I just introduce you to my kids.
Right.
So it took a minute before I would even before I even introduced my husband, and my boyfriend to them.
Yeah.
But it was hard raising my boys. So when I reached the point where everybody turned 17, I knew I had did something right because nobody had got nobody pregnant.
Yeah.
Because I was pregnant at 17, so I was like, we gonna break this one cycle.
Right.
And when everybody turned 17, boy, I was celebrating by myself. I don't care what y'all say. I broke a cycle right there.
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
what it's about.
Absolutely. I know you was happy about that. You're like, oh Lord.
I'm chilling.
Who do you get the most support from? Your mom. Yeah.
My support system is like deep. Like, I be chilling in the car, like I'm in traffic, somebody pull up on the side of me, like look in the car, see it's me, and like, Shottaa, what do you mean? I'm like, that's hard. That's hard right there. Like if I go be in a car and somebody pull up on the side of me, and they recognize me and they want that's hard.
The boy got fans.
Yeah, okay.
The boy got fans.
Yeah.
When we in the mall and somebody come up, I was like, okay.
Is that hard for you though? What, like his?
No, I want him to.
How he's going?
No, I want him
She
to.
really be more like,
I be on him.
she be on me about it.
Show fans,
Listen.
She finna tell you the story. Tell you the story.
Look, where I come from here, we got a lot of stuff going on. So you gotta keep your eyes open. You don't know who is who.
Yeah, that's true.
This man gonna walk up to me and my mama while I'm in the store. I'm at a mall. Matter of fact, I seen him, like, you know how they be in the hallway, you can see him from the store.
Yeah.
I saw him, like, he was walking past, he stopped, looked at me, and then turned around and came in the store. So I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be somebody around. I'm thinking like this, like, I don't know who this man is. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. So they coming over to me, I look at him, he's like, hey, you shot it right? I'm like, yeah. Mr. Booth? I'm like, damn. I was real dry. My mom was like,
We walked off and I'm like, Shottaa, you cannot do your fans like that.
I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
That's like a thing, like, you gotta be aware.
Yeah, of course.
Be aware of my surroundings. I'm not gonna let nobody
Just walk up on you. Yeah, that's true.
They're very protective of their mama, so
Yeah, that's
the
good.
fact that he was with me, but I was like, no, you cannot do your fans like that. Like, you gotta you know, they excited to see you give them that same type of
Yeah, gotta be though, cause some of your fans, they be tripping. Like your fans be tripping. If you watch the videos on rappers and fans, like a lot of them fans be tweaking. They be doing dumb stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want that type of pride.
Putting it on. I said, okay, if I'm doing a meet and greet, right? Boom, and you see me shaking everybody's hand like this.
Yeah.
And you go to reach your hand. Feel me, around my waist or something like this.
Oh yeah, I remember the baby. Why you trying that on him? The baby don't play.
That type of stuff's weird.
Yeah,
like, that's weird stuff.
Trying to get a reaction. Yeah, just trying to get a reaction. That's all.
And like that stuff. That's why rappers need security and stuff like that. Personally, I'm gonna have security.
Of course. Yeah, smart.
I'm definitely gonna have security because. Anybody play with me on this tour bus? Hey,
yeah.
He got it done. License to carry, man.
Yeah.
Free kill.
That's true. Yeah. You better get it. Sure. They taking out that star, man. It's not right.
Yeah, they is. I noticed that. I'm like, a lot of rappers is dying like left to right though. Like they dying a lot. I was like, dang, it takes for a man to blow up and get to where you actually want to be for him to get so much hatred that he get killed over the littlest thing, like the smallest jealousy.
Yeah. Are you cautious how you move?
Of course.
Yeah. Do you think about that all the time?
Every day. I think about that 24/7. I think about my safety 24/7. So like you used to see me already out, like you gonna see me turn my head around. A lot of times you gonna see that. Or like I keep myself, I make sure I'm okay. I feel like anybody that's with me at the moment, like they good.
Yeah.
At that moment, like while they with me, we good. Like if anything happens,
you good.
It's going. Like if something do happen, it might be bad, but it ain't gonna be bad. Like it's gonna be alright. We gonna get up out of there. Cause I don't know. I'm like,
say it.
What is it, mom?
Your discernment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not that though. That's not what I was saying.
What was that?
Cause I'm like a piece that God don't want to get scratched.
You're covered.
They keep me all the way.
Yeah.
They keep me all the way. Like a train coming this way, you gonna move me. Like that.
Yeah. That's why I go. So who do you get your support from? While going through the life coach and stuff like that? Who's your support system?
My kids, my family. I have a pretty big support system. I have great friends that support me, that push me, encourage me. It seems like I go through storms left and right. Yeah. You know, because when you doing what God told you to do, when you're being obedient to the word of God, and when He's moving your life, you come against a lot of adversity. Just because you're trying to do the right thing. That don't mean that I'm doing the right thing all the time, but I'm trying. I get up every day and I try to do the right thing. Yeah. So that's hard. Yeah, a lot of storms may come my way. So I have a lot of family that I lean on and that I call on when I'm going through. Yeah.
So why do you think people don't want to see like a life coach in our community? Why is it hard to get one?
Well, life coach resembles therapy so closely, and if you don't have an opportunity to tell them what you're doing, like what your life coaching is, because like I said, my life coaching strategy and everything is totally different from even the life coach that I have for myself. So a lot of black people don't like therapy. They're afraid of it. It's been something that's just been, kind of thrown away, and we feel like if we go to therapy or a life coach that we're crazy. No, that's not it. That's you actually being responsible and actually trying to make sure that you're on point and that your life is going in the right direction. So, even for me, I had to have a life coach. I got a life coach when I felt like, things were just chaotic and I needed to get myself back on track. So I paid and got my own life coach. So I think that, that's the biggest misconception is that, it's therapy, and a lot of black people are afraid of therapy.
A lot of us need therapy. We be saying stuff that we don't need to.
PTSD is real.
Yeah, in
Like,
the community, yeah.
Like, we be
Young
saying-
adults losing friends, losing cousins, brothers, sisters, you know what I'm saying? That's PTSD.
Yeah.
Being in a domestic abusive relationship, PTSD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being bullied, PTSD.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it is undiagnosed because
Yeah.
nobody wants to go to the doctor. You know, we just
Yeah.
kind of try to deal with it. But
Yeah,
I
we know.
truly believe that you gotta heal from the things that you've been through. If you, like for me, I went through a abusive relationship. I was in a relationship where I was, you know, fighting for 12 years. It took me double that time to get my life back together and to heal from the things that I went through. And not only that, you have to trace your steps back to figure out why you are the way you are, why you feel the way you feel, and why you do things the way you do them. So, you know, I just learned a lot about myself. Thank God that, you know, he was able to kind of show me and give me lessons on, you know, how to heal. Because had I not healed, then I would still be making mistakes. I would still not be able to pour into my kids. I'm able to see greatness in my kids because I heal.
Right.
You know, so they have gifts and talents that I couldn't see at one point because I was so hurt and so broken. So once I got to the point where I healed myself, now I see different gifts, talents that come with my kids that I never saw.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a healing process.
And all of us is like, all of us is them guys. And my brothers, we can do. All of us do, like for real.
They all
we
have
real,
something
like,
special.
like people attract us. Like, it's something. I could go into school and don't talk to nobody.
Yeah.
The whole school gonna know my name in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna be people walking past me trying to shake my hand. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's always been like that every year.
Lights, man. It's the
It's
light.
always been like that. And then all of us, like me and my brother, I feel like my oldest brother got a job, my middle brother got a job, I got a job. But y'all kind of doing it. We gotta tighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
Tighten up. Not too
They
bad.
young though.
Yeah.
When I was their age, you know, I always think about it like I was their age once. Because my middle son used to call me a hypocrite all the time.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. And I used to be so mad, like, call me a hypocrite again. You know what I'm saying? But then one day, I don't know what happened. Like, he called me a hypocrite, and I was like, he kind of right. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew what I was doing. When I was, you know, 16, 17, I was fighting. Like I was in the streets, I was fighting, you know, nobody could tell me nothing. I had a bad attitude, it was horrible. But I see where I am now and I'm like, whoa, I never would have thought that this is where I would be from there. So now I take that same approach with my kids. They might not be doing the right things all the time. But that's why I say I'm not going to hijack their process because they have to go through these things. These things are necessary for them to learn lessons. And then I know that the greater is coming. So I see them further than where they are right now. So that's why I kind of just, you know, kind of take it easy and try to pour into them as much as I can. Just drop some seeds here and there and walk away and let them do their thing.
So what motivates you guys to do what you do?
Big God, yes. God is the biggest motivation for me right now. You know, aside from God being my biggest motivation, my family is my motivation. I really desire to see my family whole. And I'm talking about my whole family. I'm not just talking about my immediate family. I desire to see everyone in a space where they're happy, where they're joyous, where they're, you know, loving one another. That's what I desire, and that's what motivates me, just being around my family and being able to love on them a little bit more now that I'm back home.
That argument stuff don't be cool. Dysfunctional. It be always something to argue about. I can't do that, so I want to be like, I think people need to understand, like, vibes is everything. Vibes is real, like, it's real. Like, bro, I literally see this every day. My cousins will be at the crib, we'll be chilling, right? Two of my cousins get into an argument, right? I swear to God, it's going to be for them two, they gonna start. Then it's gonna be like, it's gonna end up the whole group of cousins end up arguing over something like
or
that.
fighting, and then they later on in the day you see them, they right back together. So it's like, why can't we just learn how to have a conversation and talk this thing out? And even if you don't agree, once again, communication. If you don't agree, you can agree to disagree. I feel like communication is an art. Everybody don't know how to communicate.
No.
And it was even difficult for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know how to communicate because I want to be heard, you know what I'm saying? But I have to take a step back and say, let me be quiet and let me listen. And the word says, you're supposed to be hearing more than you're talking.
Right.
So you gotta put that in perspective.
So we always gotta listen more to.
So I live by 3 principles in my life. Love, laugh, and learn. Who do you guys love the most?
God. God. I love God. I love God. The other day he jumped out the car, he was like, I love God. But yeah, I love God. Yes.
What about you? Same?
Yeah. My brother. That's mostly like I don't need all that motivation. I'm all that motivation I need.
That's right. You got breath in your body. Okay? Keep going. Who makes you laugh? Let's start with that. Who cracks you up? If you need a laugh.
I don't know.
No?
A lot of people say, my brother Jacob, my brother Tyree made me laugh too. My cousins, oh my God, we so funny. Like, our whole family is hilarious. Like, we're crying, like literally bawling tears. Crying. That's why I got this camera off and started this YouTube channel for me vlogging all the time.
I'll tune in for sure.
I'm gonna be in the cut, like, they ain't even gonna know I'm recording. I'm gonna be deaf recorder, like, all this. I just got all this on camera.
Who makes you laugh?
My boys, like
my
boys, my little cousins, my nephews, like I don't know, it's something about, I love boys, like I love, like when they come home, I be like, we just sit around and we just talk crazy, we just joke each other, we do everything, and
they're easier,
they keep me on my toes, and we just have a ball all the time.
I bet.
There's never a door.
I have to come over there. Okay.
Come on through.
All right. So who do you learn from? Who do you guys learn from?
Everybody. Anybody can teach me anything. I feel like a person younger than me can teach something to do. I can make it from Thea, from anybody. Anybody that, as long as you listen and you saying something that sounds smart, you got facts behind your smartness, then I'm with it. I'm all for it.
What about you?
I learned from my elders the most. Like y'all, I hang around people that are a lot older than me. So I love to sit at elders' feet and just soak it up and just get as much wisdom as I can get. When I can talk to my grandma and ask her, things about our family, just to make sure that I understand where I come from. That's the best time for me. And not only that, our young adults, man, I learn so much from them. And I never want people to believe that we cannot learn from those that are younger than us, because they really do. They can teach you a lot. So that's who I learn from.
So what's the goal here out of y'all careers? My goal is I'll just say mine first. My goal is to have a late night talk show.
There you go.
To be the first African American to have their female to have the first late night talk show. So yeah. That sounds like a song. Okay. You want me to sing on the hook? All right. Put me on the future. All right. Okay. All right. Bring me in the studio. I'm ready.
She got too many jobs. Not right.
There's a lot of things though that I ain't gonna lie. I want a lot of stuff. I need a fat crib for my family. I got a big family. I need the whole crib. We live in a 30 room mansion, raw.
Yeah.
That's raw. You gotta think about how cold that is. Like you go upstairs, your cousin in the next room, like you feel me?
Yeah.
Your auntie in this room down here, like that's hard. Like that's hard, and everybody is straight. Like we not worried about no bill problems, no mortgage problems, no food problems, no light bill problems, no gas, water problems. Like nothing is a problem. Like
that's a blessing.
Yeah.
That is.
I just want to live like that. I want to live. That's what it is. I'm gonna say it. I want to live comfortable in my adulthood because I feel like we struggle. Already, like grew up my whole childhood.
Yeah.
I want to be like comfortable. Don't gotta worry about nothing. I'm up there. I'm like 23. I want to be set.
Yeah.
I want to have my own car, put up to the house, go to my refrigerator, eat whatever I want.
That's right.
That type of stuff.
That's right.
Comfortability.
What's up?
My goal is to just touch people and to ignite change in this world. Like I really, it bothers me to see, young adults going through what they go through. This world is like, it's crazy.
It's getting crazy.
It's getting crazier every day, and so I just want to bring some light to people. I just want to, help. If I could, man, if I had all the money in the world, like I would just
help
give it away. I would help everybody because that's my goal. I want to be set. I want God to bless me so that I can be a blessing to others.
Right.
I want to help everybody.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
What you want your legacy to be?
I want people to respect me.
Yeah.
I want people to know who I am. You gonna know who I am. I'm gonna die as a vet. That's all I want. I just want to die as a vet.
Yeah.
Everybody know who I am. Know what I did. And know that I was a family man. I took care of my family. That's it. Once that's done, bro, I don't care about nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't got nothing else to do. I'm chilling. I'll be an actor or something. Probably get my own radio shit.
Does you want what's your legacy to be? That you helped many people as you could.
I want it. Man, at the end of my days, real talk. I just want people to be able to remember me by my heart.
Yeah.
I want them to remember me by the things that I was able to do to help others. That's it.
Yeah, that's same me too. Because I created a platform to give myself a voice, but give other people a voice that don't have a voice.
Yeah.
So that's why I created this platform, a positive platform, especially for people of color. Because I just feel like they use us in the media to manipulate us, to make us look bad, to get likes and views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just want to use my platform differently, especially for the people of color
Yeah.
that work so hard to get where
The more you
they
stay
at.
consistent, you're going to get to the place that you need to be.
Oh yeah, of course.
Consistent. This is like this is money.
I love it. This is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Positive.
Yeah.
Just fresh. Be transparent. It's dope. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, I appreciate you. You keep going. Thank you so much. I definitely have to have y'all back on to see, keep an update, because this is, check up on y'all to make sure y'all quit.
Oh,
What y'all do? What color you gonna do? Yellow?
I don't know. Yeah.
We family now, so look, you got
I'll put one on too when you come back, okay? But we gonna match. See you later. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, share the page, Sipping on No Common Sense. Everybody have a good night.